Welcome to the video, Building the Cloud Automation Business Case. My name is Rich Bordeaux, and over the last 3 years, I have helped many companies develop their cloud business justifications. In this video, we'll look at some of the business drivers behind automating IT service delivery, discuss how cloud automation can help companies reduce costs while becoming more agile, and demonstrate how we can help you develop your cloud automation business justification. As the pace of business accelerates, companies are looking at how they can deploy systems more rapidly to enable new business opportunities, react to market demands, or increase productivity. Cost reductions in terms of improving IT efficiency and optimizing resource utilization are also important reasons why IT departments are increasingly looking to deploy cloud infrastructures. Finally, the consumerization of IT has resulted in resource consumers expecting the same self-service access to resource and applications that they enjoy in their personal lives to be available in their business lives too. However, IT wants the appropriate policies and controls in place before they allow resource consumers to self-provision. If IT can't provide that level of service, then the business will look elsewhere. This customer feedback is very consistent with recent results from a Gartner survey of IT executives. In this survey, business agility and costs were identified as the top 2 business drivers of companies looking to deploy private and hybrid cloud infrastructures. For companies who rely on IT systems to differentiate their business, agility and speed have a direct impact on either profitability or productivity. Although potentially significant, the impact of faster service delivery time is frequently subjective and hard to quantify. Private cloud infrastructures help reduce costs by making IT operations more efficient, as well as improving resource utilization efficiencies. The good news is that the cost savings possible due to a private cloud infrastructure are much easier to quantify and more than enough to justify deployment. Improvements in IT efficiency are also the foundation for enhancements in agility and speed necessary to improve productivity or address new business opportunities. So let's look at where these cost savings can be found. In the past, the primary motivations for virtualization have been CapEx savings possible through hardware consolidation as well as greater resource sharing enabled by pooling of resources. As companies start deploying private cloud infrastructures, they will continue to enjoy the benefits of consolidation as they virtualize more of their compute resources. While the cost savings of virtualization are substantial and undeniable, the cost savings and service delivery improvements of deploying an on-demand private or hybrid cloud infrastructure are at least as compelling. Leveraging public cloud resources for capacity bursting or to take advantage of commodity pricing also has its benefits. However, in this video, we will only look at the return on investment of savings that are possible as a result of improvements in operational efficiency, optimizing resource utilization, and accelerating your virtualization deployment. So let's get started. Our first savings area is improving operational efficiency. Even with virtualization, most companies still spend 4 to 6 hours over 3 to 4 days to bring new compute resources online or make changes to existing resources. If it takes minutes to create a new virtual machine, why is it taking companies so long to deliver compute resources? The reason is that most companies are burdened by siloed manual processes that are dependent upon IT specialists and frequently require days or weeks to deliver resources and applications needed yesterday. These savings are not just for the initial provisioning of new resources. They also apply to the ongoing management and automated reclamation of existing resources. Mary Johnston Turner, a noted analyst from IDC who has been following the enterprise system management market for years, has stated that companies are expecting to double or even triple productivity improvements over the next few years as a result of deploying more automated private cloud infrastructures. Many VMware customers can already attest to the significant improvements in IT operational efficiency that they have already experienced. Check out some of our customer case studies on VMware.com for additional details. Our next area of cost savings is optimizing resource utilization. By this I mean preventing waste by eliminating over-provisioning on the front end or by automating the reclamation of inactive machines and reducing sprawl on the back end. Most companies just assume a percentage of their resources will be wasted because the cost to control and reclaim those resources manually is greater than the cost of the resources themselves. While this may not sound like a lot, it can account for anywhere between 15 and 25% of the resources at many companies. Those companies that have good controls in place typically have very manual governance processes. As their environments scale or the rate of change increases, they have to add more manual resources to maintain control. Cloud automation, on the other hand, has policy-based enforcement, which allows companies to delegate provisioning and reconfiguration responsibility while still maintaining control. Enforcing governance with policy, not people, allows IT to deliver services quicker because they don't sit in someone's inbox waiting for approval. These are just a few of the quotes from some of our customers that saw improvements in resource utilization as a result of VMware's cloud automation software. Our last savings area is accelerating virtualization deployment. One of the biggest barriers to expanding virtualization deployments is the efficient management of the virtual infrastructure. Proper governance and compliance enforcement available with VMware's cloud automation software enables the efficient management of virtual infrastructures, allowing additional portions of a company's compute resources to be virtualized. An often quoted statistic is that at least 70% of IT projects are over budget and behind schedule, and virtualization projects are no exception. This is especially true in large virtual desktop projects where management processes that work for production pilots with a few hundred machines don't scale to meet the demands of more complex production implementations with thousands or even tens of thousands of desktops. Meeting or accelerating your deployment plan by as little as 5% can have huge ramifications in terms of additional consolidation of physical compute resources. Here are just a few customer quotes from companies who VMware helped accelerate deployment of their virtual infrastructure projects. To get more details, check out some of the case studies on VMware.com. Up until now, we have only looked at the cost side of the equation. Justifying an increase in business or productivity due to a more flexible infrastructure is always much more difficult to do than quantifying cost savings, because the gains can be subjective and much harder to quantify. That doesn't mean you should ignore them as part of your business justification. Remember, improved business agility and business alignment is the primary motivator for most companies deploying a private cloud infrastructure. So let's take a look at how some other companies have tried to quantify the value of quicker service delivery times. VMware's cloud service provisioning software allows companies to dramatically shorten the delivery time of initial provisioning as well as ongoing changes from days to hours and even minutes. In terms of assessing the impact of improved service delivery on your business, what can be useful is to look back at how shortening the provisioning times in the past have allowed your company to become more productive or enable new business opportunities. If you don't have a private cloud pilot to draw upon, look back at how virtualization may have enabled new business opportunities. These are some examples of how VMware's cloud service automation software helped other companies. Even if you can't quantify the savings, make sure that the reduction in service delivery times are part of your business justification. Virtualization has allowed most companies to shorten their provisioning times from weeks to days. Private cloud automation, governance, and control further reduce provisioning times to hours and even minutes. What effect can this have on your business? The more important question you should be asking yourself is, what is the risk of ignoring private cloud infrastructures and having more agile competitors take business from you? Intuitively, private cloud savings seem compelling, but how do you go about building the business case? If you're like most companies, you probably struggle with how to quantify the savings as well as the costs associated with your private cloud deployment project. But it doesn't have to be as hard as this Geek and Poke cartoon suggests. VMware has helped many companies deploy their private cloud business justification. VMware has the expertise to help you, and we have built a comprehensive tool that models your specific environment and allows you to make many or as few adjustments as necessary. We can provide you with your savings as well as your anticipated costs so that you can get a full picture of the impact on your business. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope that it was informative. And to learn more about VMware's cloud management solution, there are additional resources available on VMware.com. To have us help you with your private cloud business case, contact your VMware sales rep.